Good afternoon. This is Jenny Gee, and I am coming to you from right in front of the church, and wanted to share with you a little something about one of the plants that's growing out here, this guy here, and just talk about how just different, unique, specialized plant life, animal life, all of it is outside of our door, and just how it's well worth taking the time to stop and look and wonder. Even when we can't necessarily put a name to something, there's things that we can notice about that particular animal or particular plant that just is fascinating and points to such a creative God. And so I have to first start by saying I've missed connecting with you over the last couple weeks, but it was VBS week last week, and the week before was the week before VBS. So my physical self has been like all over the place, and stopping long enough to smell the roses hasn't entered in my last 2 weeks. So we are back, and hopefully I won't have any more misses with you. But I was looking around the churchyard. Actually, I wanted to go back to the shelter and maybe we'll go there later on, but I wanted to go back to the shelter where we had Vacation Bible School this year, because and that's at the Oak Grove Picnic Shelter, but they've closed off the chimneys. They've boarded them up just during the week while we were there, because there's chimney swifts nesting in there. So we'll talk about chimney swifts another week, but that was going to be today, but I just drove up and the park roads are all closed. So glad that didn't happen last week, whatever's going on there, to close them up. But so I came back to church and I was looking around, and I have to tell you, I am not 100% sure that my identification of this thing is right. I've been trying to look. It doesn't have a flower, which always makes it a little trickier for me. But it doesn't even really matter all that much, because one of the things that I want to tell you about it is fascinating and cool, regardless of what its name is. I think it's Butterbur. And again, I'm gonna just kind of go here with it. And what I want to show you about, well, first of all, if it is Butterbur, it is something that the roots and the rhizomes of it, if it was dug up, would be used for migraine headaches or allergies, sinus infections, and that sort of thing. But we've talked about other plants like this too. There's chemicals within the rhizomes of this plant, if this is indeed Butterbur, that can be used as a medicinal product in a way. However, there's toxins in there that it needs to be handled and treated and prepared in the proper way so that it's medicinal. And I just think that that's one of those, when I read that, I really get this feeling of this like partnership that we're in with God, where all of these medicinal plants, or all of these different plants around the earth, have these medicinal properties to them, but we need to do the work, or study the science and understand it, and then find the benefits of that. And I just think that that's so cool. So anyway, if this is Butterbur, that is what its medicinal properties can do. They can help, like I said, headaches and sinus infections and allergies. So, but even if it isn't, there's something that I want you to notice about this. And I'm actually going to turn my camera around so I can see. Okay, so when you look at it, you see the shape of the leaf is kind of like it's almost like a saucer. If you can see, there, go down like that. And you can see that it sits like a cup. So think about the rain falling on this leaf. And what would happen if it was really flat, or if it was shaped the other way, the water would cascade off and it would come, beyond the plant, and not by the roots necessarily, or by the rhizomes. But here, since it's cup shaped, the rain falls, it's gathered and collected. And not only is that the case, but it all comes together here, where all these leaves come in also, right? I mean, this one's really like curved around, so it goes. And then the stem is like a sliding board. And so the water of the rainwater is then directed straight down, not out of focus, but straight down to the center. And you can see how all of these stems come together at the center like that. And all of that rainwater would go right here and work its way into the ground and be used by the plant as water is. So I just thought that was sort of fascinating and amazing, and all the things that I think about when I think about nature and creation and what an amazing creative God we have. So that is this particular plant, which I think is Butterbur. And I'm just going to do another like quick turnaround with it so that you can see how all of the leaves are shaped like that. And they all have, see, it's almost like a little hallway where the water would then be transported down and down that sliding board to the base. Amazing. So I hope you have a really wonderful week. I will see you on Sunday.